I'm Lena from Lena's Wigs. We are a concierge wig studio for women with hair loss. Wig shopping can be kind of intimidating and frustrating the first time you try it, so I want to walk you through everything you need to know about wigs before you get here so we can maximize our time together. Welcome to Lena's. I want to show you around and explain to you a couple of key things that will make buying a wig a lot easier. Okay, so let me walk you through our studio and show you all the different kinds of wigs that we sell. So the first kind of wig that we sell is called a silk top. This is how it looks. It's got a part here that's meant to look like the hair is growing from underneath the scalp, like natural hair. And I'm going to show you the way it looks on a person. This wig is a standard front and doesn't have lace. And you can see that the part, the way it's sewn in, the hairs are sewn underneath the white scalp so that they look like they're coming through the scalp just the way hairs do on a natural scalp. Okay, so one of the advantages of this wig is that it's the least costly. When you don't have lace up here, there's just a lot less cost to the wig. And there's a lot less maintenance to the wig, so it holds up. You don't really have to do anything here. A multi-directional skin top wig that does not have a lace is probably going to be the hardiest wig in a lot of ways, and it's going to require the least amount of maintenance because you don't have to worry about lace up here. And this is what the silk top wig looks like before customization. And then this is what it's going to look like when it's customized. So in terms of the pros and cons of one of these wigs, we already said it requires less maintenance and can be hardier because there's no lace attached to it. The cons of it are that if you don't pull out your hair in the front, it does not look as natural as a lace front wig. Some people feel like this is thicker than a lace top wig. And it is true that there is more density here. That said, it's pretty easy to thin it out so that you've got a very, very flat look, but initially it will look a little bit more dense and some people are put off by that. These days, I would also say that multi-directional skin top wigs are very, very flat. It used to be that the style was a little bit bigger and floofier, but now it's really more of a natural look. So anything that isn't a lace top is also going to weigh a few ounces more. Again, I'm not sure that it makes that much of a difference, but some people really notice. What Jessica's wearing now is a lace top wig. And this is always going to be the least dense wig that we've got. You can see here. And then if she turns her head to the side, you'll see it's very, very flat. This is an empty cap for a lace wig, and it's what the wig looks like before there's hair sewn into it. This is the basic construction of the wig. So here, this entire piece, and this basically lines up with this on her head, this entire piece is made of lace. And you can see that it's extremely thin. This is the way it's made as opposed to an actual standard top, multi-directional skin top wig. The entire part up here, the scalp, is made of this very, very delicate lace. And each piece of hair is going to be hand sewn and knotted into this for the scalp, so that when you put it on your head, it's essentially see-through. So here you can see on her, this is Jessica's natural hair. This is her bio hair coming through. And this is part of the extensive customization process that happens with a lace top or lace front wig. We're essentially going to trace this, and then by hand, we're going to sew in tiny hairs here so that it follows her hairline and looks natural, instead of just being a straight line across her forehead, which isn't very natural looking. So this is what a lace top wig looks like after it's been customized. Initially we traced her baby hairs, and then we sewed in little hairs by hand, and now it's completely seamless and it follows her natural hairline and is completely undetectable. Now we're going to talk about the pros and cons of a lace top wig. So one of the pros of a lace top wig, like I said before, is that this is going to be the least dense and flattest right off the bat. It's going to require very little customization for us to make it flat. And so it can look the most kind of like your bio hair, depending on what exactly you want. So the advantage is that right off the bat, it's going to look flatter than anything else. But like I said, with modification, almost every single kind of generally flat multi-directional wig can look as flat. The other advantage is that it does weigh slightly less. I don't think that it's less hot in the summertime, but it does weigh a few ounces less. The cons of wearing a lace top wig is that it's sort of like its blessing is its curse. It's very, very thin up here. However, it's very, very thin up here. But essentially the hairs can fall out a lot easier here. So after a year, you may experience some significant loss. Also, if you're not a pro at taking care of your wig, you can very, very much damage the top of it by washing it incorrectly. Lace does over time start to fray, so that's something to be aware of. But something that you should know when you buy any wig that's got a lace in front is that you should budget that the lace front of it will not last the same time as the wig. So let's say you buy a wig and the life of the wig is 2 to 4 years, depending on your care and wear. You should know that every 12 to 18 months, you will have to put some money into here. Sometimes you'll have to replace it whole. So you have to be a lot more aware that there's a lot more upkeep. It's a lot more fragile. So now we're going to talk about my favorite kind of wigs, and those are lace front wigs. So essentially what a lace front wig is kind of the best of both worlds. It's a hybrid between a multi-directional skin part, which is the first kind of wig that we showed you, and it's got a lace front, which is like the lace top that we showed you, the second kind of wig that we showed you. What makes these special is you've got the durability of the multi-directional skin part underneath, and it's engineered so that it's got a lace front attached to it. The lace in the front allows it to look a lot more natural, like a natural hairline. This is what an uncustomized lace front looks like on Jessica. And just like with a lace top wig, there's a piece of lace here, and this is her bio hair underneath. And we're gonna trace it, same thing, and then hand sew in little hairs, and it looks much more natural. So this is what it looks like before we've done any kind of modification on it. So this is the final product. Final beautiful product. This is what a lace front wig looks like once it's been customized. And then it was cut, thinned, styled, all kinds of different stuff to make it look like her. So like I said, this is my favorite kind of wig, and you're not supposed to have, you know, favorites amongst your children, but this is definitely my favorite kind. I think the pros are many. It's a hybrid between a regular standard top and a lace top wig. And the pros are that you've got the durability up here of a regular multi-directional skin top wig. And then you've got the lace here. So you've got the naturalness and the flow back away from your face. These wigs have a life that's equal to any kind of regular standard multi-directional top wig. Let's say the wig is going to last 2 to 4 years, depending on care and wear. The lace itself will have to be replaced at some point or repaired at some point, probably after a year or a year and a half. So you should always budget and figure in you're going to spend $300 or $400 a year just on upkeep and maintenance on the lace. You'll need to put more hair in. Sometimes it'll fray and it'll get too short. We'll have to put an extension in, things like that. Another thing is that because there is less handwork done in the same manner as a lace top wig, this is going to be a bit cheaper than a lace top wig, and so it's lasting longer and costing a bit less. Okay, so the cons are just really that a lot of times when a person puts this wig on initially before you've done the customization, it's hard for her to imagine what it's going to look like when it's done. Meaning people will say, oh, it's just so much hair, feels too heavy. So it's important to know that when we customize a wig for you, I have a special technique that I use, I've developed over the last few years, to make these look really, really seamless and fit on top. So people always ask me if I or Jessica are wearing lace top wigs, and we never are. We're always wearing regular, standard, multi-directional skin top wigs with lace in the front. You just have to know how to thin it out to make it natural. Thanks so much for watching, and please make sure to check out the link below to see my other videos.